Hey guys, I'm back. This is assignment 4.05, weekly budget part 2. I have opened up the weekly budget part 1. Okay, we're using weekly budget part 1, but I'm going to save it this time as weekly budget part 2. So file, save as, wherever you save it. We're going to type this in as weekly _ budget _2, and then your name. So this will be a 2. All right, and so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to move this out of the way. We don't need that. I'm going to go to A16, and we're going to type in the words last updated. And in cell B16, I am going to put the date. Today is the 29th. My next step is I'm going to increase the font size. So I'm going up to 14 for this one, and I'm going up to 14 for the date. And I'm just making this larger. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and highlight my spreadsheet. I'm going to right click and I'm going to format cells. And under border, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a thick grid line around the outside and a thin grid line on the inside. And when I click away, as you can see, thick on the outside, thin on the inside. I'm going to select the header line, which is A1, B1, C1, and D1. I'm going to change the fill, which is the paint bucket. I'm going to fill it in with a light color, not dark, because I won't be able to see, but something light. I like this light gray. And now another trick I can show you is under the home menu, under alignment, there's a button called merge and center. I have A1, B1, C1, D1, and E1 highlighted. If I click on merge and center, it's going to merge all of these columns together and center my words weekly budget. So just a little trick for you. The step is to find the highest value for each family member, to color that value red, and to make it bold. So for mom, the highest value is $250. I'm going to take the font and I'm going to make it red, and I'm going to make it bold. For dad, it's the $1,000 rent, red and bold. For kid 1, it is the $35 salon, red and bold. And for kid 2, it's the $150 in clothes, red and bold. So in cell A14, I'm going to type in the title, total spent. In B14, I'm going to place a formula to calculate how much each family member spent. So I'm going to use equals sum, so I want it to add it up, parentheses. I'm going to highlight all of the numbers in mom, so B4 to B13. I'm going to press enter, and it's going to give me mom's total. I'll show you that again with dad. We're going to do equals sum, because we're going to be getting a sum or add up a total, parenthesis, highlight all of dad's amounts, and I'm going to press enter. I can also copy that formula by doing Control-C and then pasting it, Control-V. And it won't paste the number, but it will paste the formula. So you can see up here in the formula bar, for mom, it's sum B4 to B13. For dad, it's C4 to C13. for kid 1, it's D4 to D13. So what do you think it's going to be for kid 2? That's right. For kid 2, it's going to be E4 to E13 because we're totaling column E. In cell A15, we are now going to put number of expenses. Number of expenses. Now, I'm going to widen my column to compensate for the number of expenses. And under Mom, I am going to put a formula in to calculate how many items each family member purchased. So I will be using the formula equals count, parentheses, and I'm going to highlight all of the expenses, not the total, but the expenses. And then press enter. And Mom had 7 expenses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, I could just add them up and type in that number, or I can use a formula, and then I can copy the formula, Control C, highlight Dad, kid 1, kid 2, and paste. And it will tell me Dad had 9 expenses, kid 1 had 6, and kid 2 had 6. Now, in cell F3, I'm going to type in item total. In cells F4 through F13, I am going to put in the formula to calculate how much was spent on each expense. So again, we're going to use equals sum. This time we're going to be adding this way, B4 to E4. And what I can do is I can Control C and I can copy and now paste the formula in each of the cells. In cell G3, I am going to put the words number of times used. Now you can see I have to kind of expand my columns to fit. All right? And I'm going to use the count function, equals count. I'm going to highlight all the movie expenses. And we'll see that only 3 times did somebody spend money on the movies. I'm going to copy this formula, paste it. In cell D16, I'm going to type in total spent. And in E16, I am going to put the formula in to calculate how much was spent by the entire family. So equals sum, parentheses, and I'm going to add up Mom plus Dad plus kid 1 plus kid 2, and my total spent was $2,690. Now, doesn't quite look right because you see my chart or my spreadsheet kind of is missing some borders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my new spreadsheet, right click, format cells. Okay, I'm going to remove everything by clicking none. I'm going to select that thick border and I'm going to put it around the outside, and I'm going to select that thin border and put it on the inside and click OK. And now my spreadsheet has the proper borders and grid lines, but my header is slightly off by 2 cells because we merged and centered in the last one. So I'm just going to go ahead and merge and center Click on it twice. See, the first time it takes it back. The second time I click it, it centers it across the entire row. And everything looks all nice and neat and orderly. It looks great. And so at this point, what you will do is you will save this as weekly budget part 2, and you submit it to the 4.05 assignment folder.